Just some basic metal fabbing tricks for those that are true beginners using the most commonly available kind of Harbor Freight tools. And something very simplistic. I'm even gonna, I guess you can call this the basics of YouTubing too, because that's gonna be my camera mount when I actually start doing something. So I'm using the Harbor Freight cutoff wheel, but you could also use, I just don't want to switch blades. You could also use one of these. Hey there. I'm only doing it this way, so like I said, don't have to change blades. Hey there, Blaze dude. So, what was I doing here? Okay. Like I said, you can get this dirt cheap Harbor Freight, or I'm not using a Harbor Freight one of these just because it's got a different blade on it. Don't want to change blades. It's got a grinding blade in right now. I'll show you why in a moment. But you could do it like a cutoff wheel too. So all we're doing here is because I had a problem with the 41 Pontiac. The spring purchase I bought to go on the axle weren't the problem. The axle, because it's a coil spring and not a leaf spring, one part of the axle is 3 inches and the other part is 3 1/8. So the spring purchase I bought will sit cockeyed. But then I was like, I don't want to live with that. So what's half of 3/8 is 3/16. So I'm going to cut off 3/16 of the curvature and make it fit right. Now, when I said this is basics, yeah, I got a cutting torch. I could do that and I could grind it. But let's say you're the guy that doesn't have a cutting torch yet and you want to do some stuff. The Harbor Freight 4.5 inch grinder is what I started when I started getting back into that. I only had that and a bench grinder, and I managed to make a set of wheels. I also had a 6-inch circular saw which I killed drilling through a Volkswagen front drum to make some spindle mounts. It took me 8 hours on each drum to cut through it. But anyways, so some of the stuff goes back to when I got back into this. So I'll try and show it down here. This is the one I've already done. Looks pretty clean. And if you look here, it looks like I took a grinder to it, which I did. Here's what we're going to be doing, is cutting this circle. Now it's really hard to do that with a straight blade, so the trick is making angled pie cuts and slowly working your way to where you just have a little nub to grind off. And we'll see how well that works. I'll make a couple cuts and see if we can see it or show it up since this hokey camera setup. Anyways, switch over. Oh, you gotta plug it in. Thought it was plugged in. Let's see how well this shows up since I'm doing this. I wonder how hot it is. Maybe let's just take it out. No, it's really hot. So if you look closely, I did this one that way, didn't finish going this way, but hopefully you can pick it up to where it has a little step. But like I said, that's not much to grind off. But yeah, you just basically start this way. Just continuously make, and I should stopped here so you can see how close I make my cuts before I back cut it. And you can work your way all the way around the piece and you'll come up with a pretty nice round curvature. That's the point of the line. You need the line there to know where exactly you're going, but maybe that'll be helpful for some newbie people. I don't know, you can tell me if you could even see that. This you get a better camera, but I thought the live idea would be something different. So that's pretty much it. I could finish this, but you know, pretty much after all that, all you do is just gotta grind it smooth. But I came up with that a long time ago, before I had anything to cut curvatures or even a cutting torch. I would do it with the cutting torch, but that's the other thing. I guess when you get old like me, and your hands start getting shaky. I used to be able to cut that perfectly. I used to make nice clean cuts with the torch, but getting old. So, anywho, how many minutes are we in here? 7 minutes is pretty good. So yeah, I was just doing this last night. Like, started working on the Pontiac, and I could have finished. I was like, you know what? Maybe that'd be a good thing to show people. So hopefully I can remember some other goofy ways to show you cutaways. That is a grease pencil. I like the grease pencil. I had a chalk work too, but the grease pencil is great for, you know, this isn't going to create much heat, but like a cutting torch, the grease pencil is going to disappear. I like to use chalk when I'm using a cutting torch. It doesn't burn away. You can use the you could use a Sharpie, because you're not going to get that hot, but a Sharpie doesn't work on a cutting torch, because as soon as you get it hot, it burns away the Sharpie marks. I also like an awl, but damned if I can find that damn thing anywhere. So, plus the modern awls stink. You gotta sharpen it like every 5 seconds. It doesn't scratch like a good thing. I'm gonna build derby cars for other people, but I can't derby anymore due to spinal stuff. Also, technically, I'm building that derby car style. Because just gonna throw an old derby car motor on it. Gonna get the rear end welded in as good as I can. Just take 2 different drive shafts, a Ford drive shaft and a Buick drive shaft, cut them and weld them together. It's pretty much gonna be, it's gonna, you know, just push button kill starter, you know, with a kill switch. It will have a boat tank in the back. There's a, next month if I can make it, there's a, let's go play Mad Max. And since 41 Pontiac is pretty much one of the coolest of the cool Mad Max cars you can have. And yeah, guess I'll show you the one last thing. My welded chain door handle, since the other one in the fire burnt off. So some other fun stuff you can make if you don't really care. So I think that's all I got for now. We'll let you go here at 9 minutes and 15. So as I say, see ya.